Hey guys, so this is a video on how to um, understand the mechanics behind creating and using your triangular stamp. Okay, so if you followed along with the previous video, you should have one of these pieces of paper, square pieces that are nice and ready to go with sharp folds like that. Here's the thing, this video is not about how to design one, but how to design one of these patterns, but more so on how to use it. Okay. To start with, what I want you to do is a C shape right over here. And I'm only drawing within this top left triangle right here, okay? But draw a C shape right up against this vertical axis. And let's go from this corner over here, make a diagonal straight line. And we're stopping at this edge of the triangle, okay? Don't go anywhere beyond. Let's maybe add another line that sort of crosses, like so. And perhaps a small one over here between the bottom of the C and the end point of that line. Okay. We only have a C and 3 lines here. Okay. Let's just say, okay, for the purpose of this exercise, that's the full design that I want to use. Okay. It's for practice, but here's what I want you to do to make this into a usable stamp now. I'm going to use my phone for this, but what I'd like for you to use is a window. It's a lot easier there. So just pretend like this is light coming out of a tiny window, okay? What you're going to do is take your stamp with your design on one side, flip it over to the blank side. When you hold this up to your window, you're going to be able to see the design from the back side, right? So from this point, you're taking your pencil and just very, very carefully going straight over those lines that you drew as exactly as you can. Okay. So now, once you're done with doing that against your window, you have the same exact design on the front and back side within this triangle. Now your stamp is ready to use. Take your practice sheet of paper, okay, to practice how this mechanic works. What you're going to do is lay your stamp edge to edge. Okay, it should, if we're working with letter size paper like this, it should fit right within it. Okay, make sure the corners and the edges are all aligned. And what'll help you out here is to use some tape. I have masking tape here. It works really nicely. Okay, it's not too sticky and you can remove it and reuse it. I'm going to put one piece here. If you're working with Scotch tape, let me show you how to use that. Take a piece of Scotch tape. On its own, it's a little too sticky, okay? So take your sweater, or you can put on your shirt. Pick up some lint off of your shirt a couple times. This will dull the stickiness, just the right amount. And then now you have a repositionable piece of tape, okay, with some lint on it. Okay, that way, if you have two pieces of tape like here, you can flap this, you know, like that, and then check if your transfer is going okay, and it'll remain in the correct position. So my stamp is ready to transfer now. What you want to do is use your pencil and a good amount of pressure, kind of like dark writing pressure, to go right over the lines another time. And then here's what happens. It's faint, okay? But those lines transferred over because of the pressure I was applying on the opposite side of these lines, okay? The graphite transferred over. For now, just keep it light, okay? Here's the important part. I have this triangle transferred. Now I want to mirror it, okay? Say I want to mirror it over this diagonal axis. All I need to do there is, that's not a good idea. Just remove the tape gently from both the stamp and the paper. Okay, set these aside. We're gonna use them again. I want to fill in this triangle now, right? And I need to flip this over this diagonal axis. Flip your paper over that diagonal axis and lay your stamp down again. And if you notice, I have the design on that blank triangle, that triangle that used to be blank now. Okay, so I started with this, and now by flipping it over, I have what I need to transfer the lines onto that onto the opposite side of that diagonal axis. So use your tape. Once you align all the edges, use your tape to secure this in place. Okay, and reuse the same pieces. And now I can transfer these lines using the same technique. Again, this is not your final design that I want you to produce. I'm just showing you the mechanics of this, and I want you to follow along so you understand how this stamp gets used for your design, okay? So check that out. I have a mirrored image along that diagonal axis now. Okay, so it starts getting interesting from here. Even when there's so few elements like this, just 3 lines in a C shape, it's pretty cool. I just put down this triangle, okay, right there. Now I want to keep going around. This blank one over here is what I want to tackle, and I need to flip it along this horizontal axis. So remove the tape, set it aside to reuse. I like sticking it on my, what do you call it, sweater. Okay, be gentle with this. Don't tear anything. Because I know the axis I want to flip it along, right? I'm going to flip my paper in that direction and check it out. That triangle lands where I want it, okay? In that blank portion that I wanted to transfer the lines. Align the edges and the corners. Apply that tape to secure. All right? And then let's transfer. 1 line. 2 lines. 3. And a C shape. So check out what happened there. 2 C shapes reflected along an axis create a circle. All right. I would use the same process to fill in the rest of the blanks on this flat paper, okay? So after you have all the designs transferred onto all the blank slices, then I would recommend you go back and see what the design looks like when you pop it and darken the lines in. That's the process I would use for your final drawing, okay? So that's what the mechanics of this looks like. With your stamp right here, you essentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you got 8 chances to make a different design that you want to use. If you don't say I transferred this, looks like that, I don't really like it, right? Instead of a circle along this axis, I want a heart shape. I can do that, and I can use a blank triangle to create another design and try out how that mirrors. Okay, this is for trying. Okay, you got multiple shots at doing this with this stamp. Hopefully that was clear. Ask me any questions during class if I can make things easier to understand. Otherwise, good luck.